Oh shit. Gago. Gatibaya. Palit ako.
Sound check. Hello. Hello, guys. It's been a long while that I haven't done a live AMA, so it's been weeks. I miss you guys. How are you doing? So right now, we're having a live AMA with Bifitter. So this is a special live edition of the Nomads podcast. So top 5 AMA questions will win $10 worth of BUSD each. How are you guys doing? I just yeah, you know, I've been doing a lot lately, especially in my travels. So yeah, I know that you have been waiting for this moment for me to have live AMAs back once again. So here we are. So our special guest, of course, is Miss Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Bifitter. So we will be learning more about Bifitter coming from the co-founder herself. Okay, so this is more on a fit to earn concept, especially the fact that their app is already live and running on the Android and iOS devices and coming soon on the wearables. So if you have a smartwatch, of course they're going to implement this very soon in our smartwatches. But of course I will be asking later on which specific smartwatches or wearables that are compatible for Bifitter. So for now, that's $10 BUSD each for the top 5 AMA questions. For now, we don't have our random selections. So just simply head over to befitter.io. So that you will be preparing your questions for later. So make sure that your questions are constructive and something that is very challenging and difficult for our special guest to answer, so that you'll be having higher chances of winning. So today it's 7:29 in the evening here in the Philippines time. So don't forget to share this YouTube link to your friends because our AMA is going to start very soon. All right. So once again, we are live here on YouTube. So I'm back. So I want to make a quick shout out to the following early birds: Abdul Rahim M, Wahab Khan, hello. A&D Family Channel, hello. So these are the early birds for our upcoming live AMA with Befitter co-founder Miss Ba Nguyen. So this is a special edition of the Nomads podcast. Okay. So we're currently live. So it's been weeks that I haven't done any live AMAs. But of course I did some pre-recorded ones. But of course it will be great. It will be much better if we do it live. So yes, it's finally here. I know that you've been waiting for so long for me to do live. So of course our special guest once again is Miss Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Befitter. So this is their app is already live in the Android and iOS. So just check it out, guys, on Befitter's official website at befitter.io. So $10 worth of BUSD each for the top 5 AMA questions. Okay. So there will be 3 parts of this AMA. So first, we will be having an introduction coming from the co-founder, Miss Ba Nguyen, and then it's going to be the Q&A session coming from yours truly, Nomad Fury, and of course, the final part will be the AMA with the community. So guys, to make sure that you reserve all of your questions for later, okay? So during the Q&A session, of course, don't post your questions. Okay, just wait for me to finish all of my questions before you're going to post it. So make sure that you reserve it. All right. So we are 23 minutes away from our much anticipated Befitter Live AMA. So don't forget to share this to your friends, guys. Of course. Wow. This is going to be an amazing discussion about Befitters. So I know it guys, if you are familiar move to earn, of course it's kind of a trendy these days for move to earn. So but when it comes to Befitter, guys, so they're simply out of the box because they're not just simply more on move to earn, but of course it's fit to earn, especially about integrating a Befitter in wearables like the smartwatches. So this is going to be an interesting discussion. We will be learning more a lot from Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Befitter. So for this live AMA, guys, there will be no random giveaway. So only top 5 AMA questions will be taking home $10 worth of BUSD each. So the winners will be announced on the following day. Okay, so once the Befitter team have finalized their decision on who will be in the top 5, of course, we will be announcing it. And make sure that you join my official Telegram group, Nomad Fury Official. That is where I'll be making announcements. Hey guys, once again, please leave some feedback here in the live chat. If you hear my voice very clearly and if there are any noise disruptions, please let me know. I want to hear your feedback right now, guys. If you're online right now. Hey guys. I just got back. So who just arrived? Rish or Al? Hello, good evening to you, Rish. Crypto India, hello. Um, for your question, please reserve it for later, okay? Reserve it for later. That will be the final part of our live AMA later on, okay? So yeah, we still have like 9 minutes remaining. 9 minutes to go. So once again, just to give you a recap, so we'll be having a live AMA with Befitter right here on the special live edition of Nomad's podcast. So our special guest is no other than Miss Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Befitter. So this is not just like any other move to earn project in this space, but it is totally fit to earn, and of course, it will integrate later on in wearables such as a smartwatch, and the app is already live in the Google Play Store for Android users and the Apple App Store for the iOS users. Okay, so the top 5 AMA questions will take home $10 BUSD each. Again, top 5 AMA questions will win $10 BUSD each. Okay, so the winners will be announced on my official Nomad Fury Telegram group. So just simply head over to Nomad Fury Official. Just search it on Telegram. Nomad Fury Official. So yeah, I am fine, Crypto Ninja. Yes, I agree with you, Abdul. You know, M2E is trending these days along with Play to Earn. And, you know, everything right here is evolving, you know, from Play to Earn and now expanding into Move to Earn, Fit to Earn, Watch to Earn. Yes, the crypto universe is expanding, guys. Wow. More opportunities for us to earn more. So once again, our special guest is Miss Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Befitter. So she will be joining us in a few minutes from now. So we still have like 7 minutes to go. So guys, just hold on. So yeah, I'm back again. Well, yes, sleep to earn is also coming. Yes, I love to sleep. Talk to earn as well. These to earn industries are trending these days. So 6 minutes to go. We're still waiting for Ba to come in. Oh, by the way, guys, you know, if you have followed me on my Facebook page, you know, I have announced that I will be having a mini giveaway next week. So I will be announcing it this weekend. So the thing is that I am going to play a you know, a certain play to earn NFT game. So here's the deal. If I am going to win that game, so I will be giving away $5 each for 10 random lucky winners. However, if either I lose or if either the result is I lose or draw, I'll only select 5 random winners. For the upcoming mini giveaway event that I am going to do right here on YouTube. So the clue about the play to earn NFT game that I am going to play later on, is something that really, something that it's really need our brain, to really think, about the strategy to defeat the opponent. So it's kind of a brain game, but it's a play to earn concept. So the deal is, if I win against that opponent, of course, I'll be giving away $5 worth of BUSD each to 10 random lucky winners in that event. However, if I lose or draw, I only select 5. So you guys have to be excited. So either way, it's a win-win situation. But of course, the edge is if I win, more winners will be announced. And of course, you guys, if you guys want to help me, of course, in winning the game, so I would love to. But it will be for later. So I'm going to announce it in my social media channels, regarding my mini giveaway event right here on YouTube. So yes, Artmin 2, your message was deleted by the Nightbot. Please do not spam. Hello, Samuel. Hello. 3 minutes more, guys. We're still waiting for Ba to come in. So check time is 7:57 p.m. here in the Philippines. Okay. So guys, when the time starts at 12 p.m. UTC, that will be 8 p.m. Philippines time. Yes, a mini game giveaway. That will be a separate event, Abdul Rahim. That will be a separate event. It's not from Befitter. It's from yours truly, Nomad Fury. It's a personal event of mine. This is going to be really exciting. About the mini game giveaway, I'm just Abdul Rahim, you said you mentioned that BSC is only for best. No. The mini game giveaway is not today. It's not today, just to clarify. It's a separate event. It's a separate event of mine. It's not Befitter. It's a separate event of mine. And when it comes to the mini game giveaway, no, it's not. For Befitter, of course, top 5 AMA questions will take home $10 worth of BUSD each. But for the mini game giveaway, of course, it will be on a separate live event later. But it will be announced, which date and time. Okay? Hopefully you finally get it, Abdul. Yes. But of course it will be this should be very exciting. And of course, if you guys want me to win that game, later on in that separate event, you can help me right here in the live chat, when it comes to the strategy, the decisions, so that if I win, of course, I'll be selecting 10 winners of that event, 5 BUSD each. However, if you are from the Philippines, of course, you have the option for GCash. So I could either send you 5 USD for internationals, or if you are from the Philippines, I can send you 250 pesos worth of GCash for that mini giveaway event later on. Okay, later on, not today. So guys, just a reminder, please do not spam our channel. Okay, so Ba is right here. I'm going to stop the screen sharing for now. Just wait. I'm going to admit Ba now. She's here. Yep, guys. So she's here. Just wait.
Hello.
Hello, Ba. Good day.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine here. It's cold.
It's cold in your place?
Cold, yes. I'm in a quarantine room. No, I'm just joking. Well, yeah, I'm just here somewhere at an undisclosed location. But how are you today, Ba? How are you today?
I'm good. What about you? How was your Saturday?
Yeah, I'm good, and we are live now on YouTube. So you might want to say
Okay.
hello to our live viewers here right now.
Sure. So, hello, guys. Don't know where you guys are based. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Oh, Abdul Rahim said, "Wow, beautiful girl here."
I can't see the comment because I'm in Zoom right now, but thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. All right. So, Ba, have you reviewed all of the questions that I have prepared for you?
Yeah, I do them quickly, but let's just freestyle because anyway, I this is basically about the product and I know them by heart right now. Yeah.
All right. So, I think it's time now for us to begin. Let me know if you are ready.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, and also I would like to ask the community here if you guys are ready. Please make some noise here in the live chat. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to start right now. So I'm going to start the live AMA in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good day, good afternoon, good evening to all of you wherever you are in the world. So once again, this is yours truly, Jeff Caceres, also known as Nomad Fury, and we're back once again for another edition of the Nomads podcast. So we are live right now here on YouTube. So our special guest is no other than the co-founder of Befitter. So please welcome to the show, Miss Ba Nguyen.
Hello, guys. Hello, guys.
All right. And also, I would like to say hello to all of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our podcast right now with Miss Ba Nguyen, the co-founder of Befitter. So we will be learning more coming from her regarding the project concept, the features, and and the amazing benefits that we have, not just for crypto, but also for our health. It's a fit to earn concept. Yes. All right. And also, guys, before we head over to the question and answer portion, I would like to remind you all that we'll be having a giveaway, for the community. So $10 BUSD each for the top 5 AMA questions. And also another reminder, please do not spam our live chat so that you won't get kicked out by the bot. All right. And also please reserve your questions for later. Okay. After my Q&A session is over. All right. So Ba, are we all set?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, so first things first, Ba, introduce yourself and of course Befitter. So please take it away.
Okay, so hello guys, I'm Bar. I'm the co-founder of Befitter. So I think basically what you guys care most about myself with my background, right? So I don't remember exactly when I started with this industry. I think basically with trading, all of us start with trading, right? So then I just went up to the company ICT Lab. So at ICT Lab, I was in some notable projects of ICT Lab, including, I think among the top launchpad at the moment, Red Guide and GameFi.Arch. You guys all may already know about them. They are among the top performance according to Reut in CryptoRank.com. And yeah, and also I was ICT Lab due diligence leaders. Basically, my job is to evaluate projects wherever we incubate, advise, or launch, and I will support and advise this project until the success. So basically, I have the experience working both as the person from core team of the project, and also from the person who evaluate and support the projects from outside. So I think that experience in the last more than two years has helped me ready for this time now as becoming co-founder of Befitters. And my vision now, my mission now is basically to make you guys healthier every day. Yeah. Yeah, you also asked about Befitter, right? Okay, so I think for this question, can I share my screen?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's see. I'm going to I'm going to do that. Okay, I have enabled it.
Can you see my screen right now? I think I'm sharing it.
Yes, we see it, Ba.
Yeah, so
have
this
you
is,
okay.
yeah. Okay, yeah, let me do it. So this is Befitter website, befitter.io. You guys can always go to here and see more informations. This page we have a nice chiller. This we do in-house. So we have even an art team and CG team in-house for this. So in the future, if you guys want metaverse, ready. And just a little bit about that. And I think zoom in a little. I don't know why I cannot zoom in. So the website now quite large, but basically, so this is Befitter is a Web3 fitness-fi and social-fi applications that can be available on, you can see, mobile app and also wearable, aka fitness tracker, aka smartwatch. So I think we can be the first that have application on mobile app, on wearable app, according to any move to earn applications. And we will have support different activities for you guys. For example, step in or step up, they only support the activity that relate to step, right? Like walking or running, but we will support any activity that good for your health, and we can track, of course, if we can track. For example, cycling or even swimming and sleeping. The sleeping may be crazy, but if you using Apple Watch, we already test that. It's available on Apple Watch already. So it's trackable via wearable app, of course. So we can support a lot of activity to be tracked and have you guys get healthier every day. And not only that, you guys can have the social benefit there when you can connect with a lot of people from all over the world who may share your same interests. You can join challenges and you can join club and become a club member there. Who knows? And we also have the leasings of system so that even have. So basically, in August we release this system. So basically, Step and intend to release the renting on September. We intend to do on August. So basically, we're going to be the first application that allow you to use the app without any investment first. So you can just rent a shoe and start going. And also we have some gamification mode in the pet mode. I can explain this later, but basically it's going to make new activities more fun. Yeah, that is. So you guys can always check this website out. Yeah.
All right, so Ba, thank you so much for introducing Befitter to me and also to our subscribers and viewers who are tuning into our podcast right now. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's move to our question and answer portion. Okay, before you have created and developed Befitter, Ba, could you share, how are you getting introduced in the crypto and blockchain space, and what makes you so interested about it, and why did you want to pursue it?
Okay, so I think blockchains is now basically my religions. I don't have any religion, but basically now it's my religions. And before that, I don't even know what blockchain is. I heard it for years when I was in, I think, high school or university, because I think for years blockchain has been a hot topic, right? Everyone talking about it from time to time, everywhere. However, I don't know really what it is until I've created the first wallet address, until I on a centralized exchange start trading when I got bored. I think it's like 4 years ago when I start trading. And at first just for fun, like we got lost and got wins, whatever. But then I met teacher. He is the founder of IST Lab, and he one of the biggest guy in blockchains in Vietnam, in the countries that I'm being at. And I was introduced to him by my friends who also work in the company. So I would talk to him, and I got fascinating about his visions that he said that he wanted to bring blockchains to the mass user. I think that's the vision of all blockchains entrepreneurs, real blockchain entrepreneurs, because that's the real pinpoint. We're living in the blockchain world that with closed communities. Although this company don't understand a bit about blockchains and don't understand why we invest in blockchain anyway. So we still have the pain point that bring this blockchain to the mass user. And I'm really fascinated by that idea. And also he's someone who very admirable. He has a lot. He used to be a director of a very big company, tech company in Vietnam. And also he worked in Kyber as a manager, Kyber Network as a manager before. So basically I was trust him. So I go with him to IST Lab. And that's the start of my journey. It's working crazy, like more than 2 years now with I Still Up. And basically, I think 2 years in traditional market is not a long time, but I think I feel I spent like 10 years of my life in blockchain right now because everything changed so quickly. And in blockchain, people don't sleep, right? It's 24/7. It's crazy. It's every day happening. So yeah, that's what going with me for the last year. Yeah.
Okay, so at least have you shared to us on how did you got introduced in the crypto and blockchain space and why did you pursue it? So thank you so much for sharing, Ba. All right, so for our next question, what is currently the mission and vision of Befitter?
Okay, so let me sharing why we start this at first, because as I Still Up, it's my last job at I Still Up due diligence leaders. I was usually have to research the market, like early trends or trends that we expect to be in the futures. And that's what's happened with us before the play to earn trends. Actually, GameFi Red Kai become their top launchpad because of play to earns games that we have incubated and refined before the trends go viral. And that's what we're doing. We always working with project before it's become a trend. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of research for move to earn before it's go hype. And I think this is really potentials, and it really is. And you can see that I think for a long times, for the first time, we have seen such a project like Stepman. They got a lot of real user. You can check on their download, right? Like 500,000, like millions of people using that. In other projects like Sandbox or Decentraland, people are still debated what is the real users of like hundreds of thousands maximum. But this is for real. Stepman have real user in a lot of them. So what we're seeing is the potential of this to go to the mass user. That's what our vision from the day one. So I'm talking to other partners I Still Up. And finally, I got another partner who is Gui. He is a CEO of BUSD. BUSD is a company that working on blockchains and metaverse before. And the company is also, I Still Up also invest in equity in that company before. So this company is no stranger for us. So I talked to him and we both agree that we're gonna jump on this market. And also we both using traditional fitness app. And when we using Stepman, even though it's quite tempting to get some tokens, but to be honest, I don't think this app is anywhere compared to the traditional app. Don't have much feature, it's quite boring and it's quite featureless. So that's what we're gonna do. We want to be a really good app that compared to any app that you use in traditional market, but it's better in the way that it provide you some incentive to do that and more motivation. So, and it's Web3, right? It's the future is Web3. So that's basically what we're gonna do. So we have a whole company, first half of 40 people on development side working on this project. And I've pulled over 10 people from I Still Up too, working on marketing, communities, game designer, because I Still Up has incubated many projects before, so we have experience in tokenomics and game economy. So that's why we bring that strength to this project. So a total 50 people working on this project. I think most of us have 5 to 10 year experience in software developments, and especially in the blockchain, only 1 to 2 years. Yeah. And the vision of it is, as simple. We want to make, it's like a slogan, make healthy lifestyle irresistible. Yeah, irresistible here at first, it is, of course, you guys can see it's a monetary incentive that you can get paid to do healthy activities. But in the futures, we want to make that sustainable via socialify. Because to just share you some insight that even in the traditional market, the social elements of fitness and healthy app is already important. Like, the top lifestyle fitness app like Strava, they don't call themselves fitness app. They call themselves social network for athletes. And for example, 9+ running club, they call themselves running club literally. So why that? Because, if you open your mobile app, what app you use the most and the longest time is the social network, right? Social media, right? Exactly. Because that kind of app you never delete. That's the kind of app that you have your identity, that you have your friends, that you have your memories, your achievement there. That is that you never delete. And to be that app, we need to have the social element features. And that's why we add the SocialFi in this FitnessFi app, and we aim to make it sustainable in that way. And is that at first you can start walking, running, cycling, whatever for the money, but in the futures you keep using the app because you have your identity there and your achievements, your history there, and a lot of friends there who you can go to every day to connect with others, to compete with others, etc. So yeah, that's it.
All right. So at least you've shared to us about the interesting mission and the vision of Befitter. So thank you so much for that, Ba. Now, let's move on to our next question, which is one of the most important questions that we all need to know, especially those who are tuning into our podcast right now. Ba, could you explain about the real use cases and fundamentals of Befitter, especially on how we use these shoe NFTs, the fit to earn features, and also integrating it on wearables like this one and so on?
Okay, so at first, at the moment, the app won't be available on testnet. We have the testnet for like a month now, and we got a lot of good response for the testnet. Like we got more than 200,000 registered users, and more than 32,000 users who have downloaded the app, the testnet app. Even on it's on APK only, and we have the active user for a day is easily 4,000 to 5,000. And yeah, that's ready for the test. And after the listing on July 18th, one day on July 19th, we will open the mainnet, so you can join the apps already at that time. Okay, so what you gotta do for this mainnet is you gotta have at least one shoe NFT. We have sold the Genesis NFT on GameFi, Engine Starter, and on our website before. It all sold out very quickly within 30 minutes. Some pools sold out in even 2 minutes. So unfortunately, it's sold out. However, I think people are still trading on a secondary marketplace on Tofu NFT. So you guys can go to Tofu NFT right now to buy a shoe NFT on the box. Or you can wait until the mainnet when people can trade on our in-app marketplace. So there are two choices. And when you own at least a shoe NFT, you can enjoy the 3 activities that are available at first, which is walk, run, cycle. And when you walk, run, cycle, after that with the energies, you will get some HE tokens. That is our in-game tokens for the health. And yeah, that is, I think, but as I mentioned before, in August, just only 1 month after the mainnet release, we will release also the renting system. So in the renting system, you can join the app from 0 to low cost. The reason for that is we're gonna have 2 type renting. The first one is, for example, I borrow you a shoe NFT, and I pay you a fixed number like $100 for 2 months, and I walk, run, cycle within 2 months, and all the reward go to me. The second type is share profit. So I borrow you a shoe NFTs, for example, but I don't pay you anything. And whatever reward I get, I have to split between you and me. So that's the 2 type renting that we're gonna have. So yes, that's basically it. If you want to try the app right now on the mainnet release, you need to buy from Tofu NFT or wait until the marketplace. Or you can wait until August to join the app, like with no initial cost. Yeah. One more thing, I think this basically very understandable is that the shoe NFT have condition, and this condition won't decrease over time. So you need to repair it from time to time using the HE tokens. And if you want to earn more, you can also level up the shoe NFTs using the HE tokens, sometime with the few tokens. And or you can also mint the NFT using 2 other NFTs. And to mint NFT, you need both tokens for every time. So yeah, that is.
All right. So at least Ba, you shared to us about the real use cases and the fundamentals of the Befitter right here in the move to earn and fit to earn space, especially on how we use this shoe NFTs, the amazing features of fit to earn, also integrating it in wearables like the smartwatches. So let's look forward to that. So thank you so much for that, Ba. So I know that move to earn projects have been on the rise recently. Ba, could you share some, a few of your strong competitors of yours in this space and how you guys stand out from the rest of them?
Okay, so I think I already talked about this a little more before, but let's just summarize that. So some of our competitors can name that Step N, Step Up, MoveZ, Genopad, some of them. But basically, they're quite different. And in general, we are unique in a way. Our unique selling point that we're gonna solve the three problems of I think the fitness fight at this moment. Is the first one, it lacks the features, as mentioned before. They are very nothing to show or play in the move to earn out right now. So first, lack of features, and secondly, is the technical problems. Is that you can see that a lot of people cheat on this application, right? And we want to target that too. And last but not least, we want to be solve the problem of sustainability in this application. I think is the most important that you guys all care about. And yeah, that's three things. So for the lack of features, I already mentioned that we're gonna different in the way that we're gonna support a lot of activity to be tracked. For example, even swimming or sleeping, right? And we're gonna do that via wearable application. And besides, we have a lot of game mode like solo, challenges, and with pet. So with pet is very funny, very fun game mode that basically like a pet game that you can walk around cycle with your with your pet, and it would sometimes fetch you some bonus token, and you need to take care of it like a pet game like Tamagotchi or Talking Tommy. You need to take care of the pet, so it's a very fun mode. And also we will have the renting system as I mentioned, released on August. So we would allow normal user, even non-crypto user to use the app. So basically a lot of features. And the second thing is a technical issue that I think you can already see that a lot of app is still cheatable. But of course, that's a very difficult thing to do, to detect and to detect the cheating. We already working on that for the last few months. And with the testnet app, we have do a lot of things on this cheating. And I think we probably saw some aspect, for example, like step N, you can go to very high right using when GPS is weak and move your hand, and basically it's still out running. But with Befitter, we saw that problem as well. So, and also the distance is more, and so the speed is more accurate. So basically we saw, still showing some other cheating behavior, but yeah, we already saw some in the testnet, and test that with, as mentioned, more than 30,000 people using. And the last but not least is sustainable. I also mentioned about this earlier, is that we're going to solve this sustainability by social fine, because a lot of people, because in the like Stabman, a lot of people join first, it's very hype, and then there are no newcomers, people leaving, cashing out. That's why their economy collapsed. So basically, we want to build the app that everyone gonna use, like not for 1-2 months. It's an app that are very potential that you can use for years daily. And the reason for that is not just for the money, not just the monetary reward, but also is because, as I mentioned, you have your identity, you have your social experience there, and where you can meet your friends, you can learn from our Inspirer. Inspirer is the name we call the people who quite like very active on doing sport, and basically they are the idol of in the health world. And we also have an ambassador, and who can be famous to teach other lessons on gyms, on walking, running, cycling within the app. So basically it's a social experience there. So yeah, that's it. A lot of features, solve the problem, technical and also sustainability. Yeah.
All right, so at least we've learned from you, Ba, about the strong competitors that you have in the move to earn, fit to earn space, and how do you guys stand out from the rest and being unique. So thank you so much, Ba. So before we head over to the next question, for those of you who have came in late, of course, just to remind you that we'll be having a giveaway. So $10 BUSD each for the top 5 AMA questions. And guys, another reminder, please reserve your questions for later after my Q&A session is over. And please do not spam our chat box so that you won't get kicked out by the bot. All right. So let's continue with the AMA. Now, Ba, could you share some of your past and recent achievements that Befitter has accomplished, including the partners that you have on board?
Yeah, achievements. Yeah, the thing that we're most proud of, because that's the most thing that we work really hard on, is testness. I think the development teams have over time, like for at least 3 months to introduce you guys to testnet. And the testnet, the achievements is that I already mentioned, we got more than 200,000 registered, more than 30,000 users, and daily active user is around 4,000 to 5,000. Many of them are from all over the world, but many of them from India, Korea, Japan, many from Turkey, some from Russian, some from Indonesia, from Philippines, a lot of places in the world. And yeah, so another thing we're proud of is our NFT is quite desirable. We have sold them on GameFi and on our website. The diamond box is sold out like in 2 minutes, and the gold box is sold out in 28 minutes, around that. So it's very desirable. And I think on top of NFT, the secondary marketplace that our NFT is available, the trading is also very a lot there. People trade a lot there, and the price is, I think, gone double until the price that we sell. So it's very hot. NFT there. And I think the last thing that we proud, you mentioned the backers, the partners, right? So basically we have, I think, one of two of the top backers of this industry is IST Lab and DAO makers. And we also collab with other launchpad like Red Kite, GameFi, Engine Starters, and a lot of KOLs and communities. Let me share you. So we also have two of the very good advisors. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, just Baker here, Damaker, I still have Red Kite GameFi. And advisor is Chung, the one I mentioned before, the founder of I Still Up. And also we have Hatu. He is the CMO, the co-founders, and the one in charge of strategies for DAO makers. So these two advisors have worked with us very closely in the last 2 weeks, working on listing, IDO, mainnet strategy with us. So we really appreciate to have these backers. Yeah. And yes, as the listing is coming very soon, I'm not sure whether I can announce this, but we're gonna list on 3 very good centralized chains. I'm not sure whether I can announce this because it's sometimes need to wait for them announcement first. So if you guys want to know, just go to our social channel. We will announce very soon. Yeah.
All right. So at least you shared to us, Ba, about the achievements that you guys have from the beginning until now, especially the strategic partners that you have on board, and also giving us a little bit of a spoiler about those 3 centralized exchanges.
Let me check whether we announced that. I need to know if they announced. I can say. No, I don't think the marketing team has announced. That's why I think I can say. But you can just go on social media. This will be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look forward to that, Ba. And aside, a follow-up question regarding the exchange part. Of course, aside from centralized, are you also planning to list on the centralized exchanges as well?
Yeah, since you see that we list on 3 very good centralized chains, I think one of them even top 10. Like, well, most of them we on top 10 according to volume. So so basically we're thinking about maybe skip the decentralized chain. So we would have this announcement about this listing very soon. So I think you better go with the listing announcement. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look forward to that, Basil. Thank you so much once again. All right. Now for our next question, aside from the achievements that you have shared to us recently, there are challenges as well. Ba, could you share some of the challenges that you and your team are facing these days and how you guys overcome them?
Well, I think that we have encountered a lot of challenges. Now I can't pick one, but let me think. Okay, so I think that the most challenges is the time, because we're quite ambitious and we quite a perfectionist in the product. So that's why we building this application very carefully. You can see that we have, just like in traditional market, alpha tests, beta tests, pre-mainnet, a lot of testing. So basically, we really require a high level of the product. But however, at the same time, we don't want user to wait too long because we have the NFT sale like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So we want people to use the NFT right away. We're not the type of project that gonna sell you NFT and then the years after you cannot steal it. So I think that's a situation with a lot of current projects that you can see from last year. They just had the pitch deck and sell NFT, and then you need to wait for years for the product to have. We are not that project. So at the same time, we still want the product to have really high quality and a lot of unique features. So that our main struggle is that we have to work really hard, and we also have to expand the team. Right now, we're still growing the teams, hiring more people talented to join the teams in order to meet the time deadline. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, we make it already. We overcome that. So we're gonna have the mainnet on July 19th. So I think that's good. But after that, still, if you look at our mainnet, at our roadmap, there are a lot of features to come. Like in August, it's going to be rentings, right? After that, it will be with pet mode, right? And after that, it will be wearable app, and yeah, a lot more to come. So that's why we still have to working really hard against that. And we expect to expand the team at least double this year. So basically like 100 people working on this, hopefully within this year. Yeah.
All right. So at least have you shared to us about the challenges that you and your team are facing these days and how you guys overcome them. So thank you so much for that. Now, let's look forward for that. And of course, here is the next question. How do you see Befitter in a few years from now?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I think that is aligned with our vision from day one, that I want to bring blockchain's application to mass user. I think this one of the most suitable application because anyone can move, right? Anyone can walk, run, cycle. Anyone can do that. Like it's activity that anyone can do, not just any of age, any generals, any nationalities, even not crypto or non-cryptos. So it makes sense in that way that we aim in the futures, like hopefully within this year, we can start having non-crypto users. And within the next years, more and more users would be non-cryptos. So at the year we hope that in 3 years, the percentage of non-crypto user could be like 50%, which is half, which is a lot, because most of the move to earn project now, like 90 or more than that is cryptos, like just only 10% maybe are non-cryptos. But we hope that in 3 years, we can make that like 50-50s. So that our visions. And to do that, of course, that's not, I think that's not easy because I think the main barrier for non-crypto is that first is the financial thing. And second thing is the technical thing, because, if you remember the first time you open your wallet, the first time you start buying your BNB, it's very difficult, right? It's very complicated. Like, that's why non-cryptos don't join this war, because it's too complicated to get started. So that is something we need to solve. But first, I think we already solved the financial thing in that we introduced the renting system in the way that they don't need to invest first. But I think in the future, we also have to do a very good UX, UI, and support them, like creating the wallet, educate them on that so that they can start more easily on the technical side that is supposed to be very hard for them. So that's what we're gonna do.
All right, so at least you've shared to us on how do you see yourselves in a few years from now. So let's look forward to that. Thank you so much. Now, let's move on to our final question for this Q&A portion. So for those of you who are watching us right now, get ready with your questions, because after this question of mine, we will be entertaining the questions from the community. Okay. So for my last question, so this is going to be an interesting one. So assuming that we are friends, we've met somewhere in the park, and then I just browse my phone, and then you see that I have so many move to earn apps that are running. Okay. Now my question for you, Ba, is how would you convince me to install Befitter, and why should I use it?
Okay. So what app are you using right now? What Muslim app you are using right now? Let me ask you that. Can I ask you that?
Okay. I am using Adlet, Sweatcoin, and Wacken.
I
Yes.
see, I see.
I only have like three of them right now.
I see, I
Yes.
see. So are you really passionate walker? Like, do you really passionate about
Yes.
walking?
Yes, I walk every day.
Oh, really? So I
Yeah.
think so you get. I think that's good because Wacken or Stepan or Sweatcore, they also focus on step.
Yes.
So that's why they're suitable for the walkers. However, we targeting more broad audience. Like if you were personally like me, I'm not really passionate about walking. I would really like cycling, for example. But someday I just get bored with cycling. I would go to running because walking is too gentle, for example. So I think and on summer I want to go swimming. That is my taste as a normal person who not really passionate about certain activities. So in the way, I would prefer the app that allow me to do like months of activities and I can change the activity every day. That is more interesting, right? It's less boring. And also I would think that for a person who not really passionate about working out, have the strong will, it takes strong will to keep doing an activity over again every day. That we're gonna have you on that by we having more fun in the with pet mode. Let me just do a little insight on this industry that there are two types of current move to earn project. The first one is movement-based games like Genopet, like basically inspired by Pokemon Go, right? Pokemon Go. And the second type is gamified fitness app like Watkins or Stammen. They are gamified. So had this slight gamification there, but especially on Stammen, you can see the gamification is very weak. It's very lacking. They only have some germs, so it's very boring there. So that's why we're gonna make this gamification more fun in Befitter with pet mode. So it's optional. So if you want a straight away simple finish fine, you can skip that. But if you want more fun, if you want to do a little bit to test your luck to see like if you can work with your pet and fed a lot of more tokens, you can try this gamification mode. So yeah, we have that also. And I think the most importantly is going to release the wearable app from Q2 of this year. And I think anyone to do activity would wish that they could just skip the mobile because that's so inconvenient when you're doing the activity. I think walking is okay with their phone, but if you're running or cycling with the phone is such I think not really convenient there. And I prefer wearable app, right? So that is, I think, the most thing that people would switch, like why I need to use the phone, where also you have a lot of important app there, the money, right there. So you carrying that around, that could be dangerous too. Wearable app is much better. So that's basically I would convince you. And yeah, I think the last thing, as I mentioned, is that is for now, but for years to come, I think that we already said that we want to solve the sustainability of this Sky project. So I think for years to come, you can trust us at or who project that thinking long terms, and who really have experience and knowledge on tokenomics and game economies. And we've been clear from day one is we hope to make Finisfy rewarding, but with monetaries and enjoyable social experience. And in the way we hope to make this as long lasting as possible. So that is, and I think the key point, another key point. Yeah.
Okay, I'm convinced. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. So at least we've learned from Ba about Befitter. Especially that your app is already available in both Android and iOS devices and coming soon on the wearables. But one last question, regarding the wearables, is Befitter what you call this supporting multiple wearables? Because right now I'm having this Huawei brand, this Huawei smartwatch. I don't know if this is compatible for Befitter. Are you only supporting limited devices for the wearables or any specific ones?
Yeah. We would try to make it a lot. We try to support as much wearable type of wearable as possible. Of course, depending on the community's preference to. We may create a poll for you guys to choose and we see which one is famous and popular most. We can do that first. But currently, we're already working on Apple Watch. But other type of wearable, we will do a poll to research which device our community want next, and then we can also do that.
All right, so let's look forward to that, Ba. So once again, thank you so much. Okay, now it's time for our it's time for the next part of our AMA, in which we are going to entertain the questions coming from our community. Okay, so let's head over to our live chat section. So guys, please ask your questions right now here in the live chat. Okay, so here we go, guys. You have any questions for Ba? I think we have some questions here before our AMA begin. So let's see. Okay, coming from Crypto India. So his question for you, and I quote, non-crypto users are very important for mainstream adoption. Now, how are you planning to attract non-crypto users towards your project?
Okay, so I think the core of this is we need to prepare a product that is compatible to non-crypto users. As I think I mentioned earlier, is first is need to have no initial investment, because I practically I don't think that non-crypto user would buy NFTs because that's too risky for them. And also we need to prepare the app that's easy to use for them. So yeah, that's from the app. Also how to attract them, right? So we that is in a plan for our go-to-market plans. So for non-crypto user, we're gonna get them via the brand collaboration. That brand could be, sport brand, could be like sneakers shoe brand, could be like wearable brand. So that another one side of sources. Another side of source is from their health savvy communities, like running club, like marathons or sport event, and even influencer and famous people in sport, in health world. So at the moment, we already closed the deal with a few Inspiral. We call them Inspiral is someone who maybe have a small fan in this, they can be small influencers. And we also from the ambassador that we're gonna reveal very soon in 1 or 2 days. He is a Paralympic winners, got a gold medals, and he's also had his own documentaries on Netflix. He also ambassador of some traditional brand like Subaru, so he's very famous, and we got him as an ambassador. He's the one who represent Befitters. So I think we picked him not only because of he's talented and he's famous, but also he's very good inspiral. He has been very inspiring. So that's why he got documentary. I cannot review anymore because that basically you can know him who is he. So another thing is we're gonna sponsor very soon one of the top 10 marathon in the world, according to National Geographic magazine. And I think that's marathon is in India. So yeah, very closely. Like I think that event will happen within this month.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question in Crypto India. So thank you so much for asking. And by the way, just to clarify to our subscribers and viewers, so picking your question right now doesn't mean that you're already the winner, because the Befitter team are the ones who are going to review all of the questions that you have right here in the live chat, and they're going to be the ones to decide and announce who will be the top 5, okay? Who will take home $10 BUSD each. Okay, so let's move on to our next question coming from Yuki Matsumoto. Okay, so assuming that this guy is a Japanese. So his question, and I quote, do you have plans to add new characters in the future, and will you be able to change it?
Oh, this is cute. Yeah, I think got this question a lot about the characters in the app. Up till now, it's still I think it's literally only 3 characters. Yeah, and I think it's a really good ideas. Our art teams really like it because they are like artistic. They want to change this character too. However, I think we're gonna do that at least. If we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that at least after the patch. because we already have the plan with the pet that you can have different pets look very cute, and so and the pet already have its value within the economy. So we gotta do that first, and in the futures after the pet, maybe we're gonna do the characters customization, but we would do that if it had the value in economy, because we kind of do that just change the character with no value, right? It has to have something to do you good in the economy. So we also have to think about that. So yeah, that's a good idea. We take into account that and do that if it's reasonable in the futures, like within this year.
All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Yuki Matsumoto. So thank you so much for participating. Okay, next question coming from, of course, one of my OGs here, Mr. Cornelius V. So good evening, Cornelius. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, his question for you, Ba, and I quote, does the team accept suggestions from the community, and will you conduct contest or mini games for better user experience and to interest more players?
Okay, so he asking about communities event, right? I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. So I think from we start marketings and test that, we have to have non-stop event, like, and that is part also from product teams and marketing teams, and also I take it as a strategy of that. So yeah, we really appreciate the one that the communities that go with it very early. So we that's why we still do a lot of event that can have reward for them. And in the future for the mainnet also, we have a team that many of them had experience even in traditional applications. So even in traditional application, you can see that there are a lot of events for gain new user or to get the more retention of the users, and also from high up the communities. So we're going to do all these events. Of course, that according to the nature of each event is going to have different reward and different requirement to join. So yeah, that's I think that basically is the answer. A lot of events from the past until now is still going on. Don't worry, just stay tuned on our channels. Yeah.
All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Cornelius V. So thank you so much for participating. Okay, next question coming from Mr. Jonathan Kwan. So his question for you, and I quote, a common problem is that nowadays, most of the investors are only interested in initial profits and ignoring long-term benefits. Now, how can you give them some reasons on why they should buy and hold your tokens in the long term?
Okay, so I think at first, as a team, we are not just a newbie. So we're not just someone who from nowhere, but we are for teams that working on that from IST Lab, that from Versa. That's the company that have worked on many project before. All team members have their reputation to lose. So we are basically very cautious when joining a project. And you can see that IST Lab project before Redkine GameFi, they have at least 1 year old. So they're still here to stay. So that's why I can have, that is one thing that you can trust, is that we from the good bikers, good teams, and all their team members have the long-term visions. And the second thing is, yeah, if some people who care about initials investment returns, I think that doesn't make sense too, because anyone who invests, they want to have return, right? But I think by why using the app, if they enjoy, and I think that they have more benefit from that, from the health, from the social experience, they can stay. Or else, of course, we still cannot, force them to do anything. Anyway, we also targeting people who are thinking about long terms. So that's people could be, non-crypto user who can use the app for years, all the type user who prefer to use that for years, and that is the job of app data analysis. So the marketing teams and the data analysis team need to work on to see that which sources of user really have their long-term vision, so that we can keep targeting on this type users. So yeah, that's the answer. We need to attract the user who will stay long-term. We prefer this type investor than short-term investor. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Jonathan Kwan. So thank you so much for participating. Now, coming from Farayaka Kaori Megumi. So, his question for you, and I quote, unstable GPS problem is, it's usually common in move to earn applications. Now, is Befitter working in this area to give us a good experience and make a difference?
I see. That's a really good answer right there. In our anti-cheating system, that also very pain point I think a lot of applications have going on. For example, if you're in high-rise building or you in a environment that's not suitable for activities, easily it would have quick GPS, and in the way that people would abuse that to do activities, not do activities there to treat us. However, we will already solve this problem in high-rise building. We're still testing on all the type environment that can happen on this cheating time. Yeah, we're still going on it. So basically, for the weak GPS, that is something we're working on. And are we using the AI machine to learning this pattern? So in the future, it can automatically recognize this type of cheating without the need for manual checking.
All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Farayaka Kaori Megumi. So thank you so much for participating. All right, coming from Abdul Rahim M. So one of my longtime supporters. So hello. His question for you, and I quote, I have seen that some of the move to earn project NFTs or sneakers prices are too high to buy. But what about Befitter? Do you have any scholarship programs?
Yeah, the scholarship program basically like the ranking system, just like a different name. So you can still in August, you can wait until August to join with really low to zero cost. But I think that the shoe NFT price of Befitter is not that expensive. Of course, that depends on the market because we only sell the box, and after that, the price NFT will depend on the market demand and supply. But I think for first, I think they're not expensive. It would be around like $100, $200 for one surety. That's what we estimate. But of course, we have to wait until the mainnet and see if there are too many demand and the supply is only limited. Then it could be go higher. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Abdul Rahim M. So thank you so much for participating. Okay, let's see which question do we have here. Okay, coming from Chris Braun. Okay, his question for you, Ba, and I quote, as we know, every successful project has a few stories behind the scenes. Now, what's the story behind your project, and are there any upcoming updates that you want to share to us?
Okay, so the story behind is that I'm not really active person until I doing research about this trend, and I start using all their move to earn app for research. And I think so that's why I still think that they still liking to the common apps that I have like Stebet or Nightless that I use from time to time. However, yeah, so I think that's a very good way in this industry that intends people to start doing. But I think to keep doing, they need to do more. So that's why the story that I want to create the app that are more than just initial incentives, but more like incentive in the long run, so that people can do the app for years. And I have a lot of team members had the same interest in that. And so yeah, we're just a team of guys who really difficult on using the app, so we don't satisfy with the app or current moves on apps, so create another that we think is better. And for the mainnet, you can already have walking, running, cycling. You already have those social media, because we really focus on socialify. So from the mainnet release, there are already social media when you can post and comment, like, or follow people. And you also have the profile there where you can check on your activities analysis. You can check on your inventory in the shoe, and also for your wallet in app. So that's for the mainnet. 1 month after the mainnet, we release the renting system, as I mentioned, in August. And 1 month after that, we have the pet mode, that is the gamification mode. And then 1 month after that, like 1 or 2 months after that, we have the wearable app and introduce new activities like swimming or sleeping. And yeah, I'll keep going. Just each month and each quarter, we will keep releasing new features. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Chris Braun. So thank you so much for participating. Okay, coming from Alvin68. So his question for you, and I quote, the market is currently facing a lot of instability. So does your project have any mechanism to snowball to accelerate the project's development to blend in with the big boys in the industry?
Okay, so he asking about sustainability, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, so I think the first thing that gonna give the project, I think the two reasons the project usually don't last long. The first thing is they don't have traction, they don't have users. So yeah, that's very easy to understand, right? If they don't have users, they have nothing to sustain the economy. So I think basically we already don't afraid of that because we have a really like 200,000 registered users already and a lot of users on the testnet. So basically we have traction even before the mainnet. And I think for communities, we're also quite big right now. Like we have more than 200, like 100,000 followers on Twitter, almost like 80,000 members on Telegram, like 20,000 on Discord. So I think we basically prepare the tractions for the testnets, for the mainnets. We're quite confident about that. And the second thing that make the project not last is that they don't have a good tokenomics and economy. So even they have user and they cannot control the economies, and one day it's gonna when they don't have other new users coming in, they just collapse, and people call that Ponzi. So it's very difficult to solve this, even though in the past. But I think the first thing is we have really at ISD Lab, me and my teams have incubate advice like many projects before, and we have do a lot of research on play to earn, move to earn model before, and we have come up with the best tokenomics and game economy we could to make this sustainable as possible. It can include like a lot of utility for the tokens with burning mechanisms, including profit sharing schemes, so that there could be ensured that there could be capital keep going back to the treasury fund to sustain the economy. So yeah, that's another thing. And another thing is we gotta seek for all the revenue streams other than just users. That's why we're gonna have advertising and brand collaboration revenue as well. I think brand collaboration is very potential way because we are talking to some brand already. And as a local brand, for example, they really want to go global. And at the blockchains project, we have that global audience to attract them to collab with us. And when they collab with us, they would have the revenue. We would have the revenue stream other than users to sustain the economy. So yeah, that's the answer.
All right, so hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Alvin68. So thank you so much for that question. Okay, now coming from Nguyen Tai, so his question for you, and I quote, your project, what do you call this? Project Befitter has dev and founders. Okay. Now what is the project slogan to affirm the team and let investors believe in your project?
Okay, so he asking that how can we make the investor believe in the projects?
Yeah, I think, and also the slogan to affirm the team.
Slogan?
Yeah, slogan. You have any slogan or something?
I'm not sure I understand the slogans. What is the slogan mean?
Oh, slogan.
Slogan, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I heard it's a slogan and I don't know what is slogan is. Okay, so no worry. Okay, so the slogan is basically it make a healthy lifestyle irresistible. Yeah, that's irresistible here, as I mentioned before, not only for the monetary incentive, but also from social experience. So yeah, that's a slogan.
All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Nguyen. Hi, at least you have an idea. So thank you so much for that. Okay. So I think we're going to entertain a few more questions because our time is running out right now. So coming from Mr. Jonathan Nguyen. So his question for you, and I quote, how will your team handle large amounts of minting new shoes by users? By users, 48-hour cooldown will not help in this problem. Step N is doing the same, but no, they didn't work. So how are you going to solve this issue?
I think that I have answered this question multiple times. I think a few times
Okay.
before. But
Okay.
anyway, let me answer this game because maybe some of you guys don't know, because this is a good question that I really like. So yeah, that's the thing that minting a lot. You can see in step and minting a lot. And it's one day gonna get inflation. Inflation means that the price of the NFT go down. And I think they have some solution like a cooldown or more expensive if you mint the second shoe. However, that is short-term solution, because at the end of the day, if you keep minting the shoes gradually, continuously, and they're here to stay, it's gonna get too much one day. The demand gonna be not as much as the supply. So here's a solution is that our NFT shoe will have expiration. So in one day, it's gonna expire, and it's just like normal day, normal in real world. You cannot wear a shoe forever, right? It's one day it's gonna burn out. So I think many people would not like this, because why NFT expire, right? That is, I think we think a better way. However, because we think, if you prefer a lot of shoe but low price, or you prefer fewer shoe but with higher price? So we would go with the second solution, is that you will have shoe expiration, get fewer shoe, however that would be much more high value. So yeah, back to the question, is that when it expire, you cannot use the shoe for activities like work run cycle for earning. However, it's still your NFT, it's still your non-fungible token, so you still own it, you can still mint it, you can still level up it. And we can introduce some way to expand the lifespan of the shoe. For example, you can leveling up, or you can using Fitter Pass, which is a special NFT within the Fitter ecosystem, to extend the lifespan of their shoe NFT. So yeah, that is.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Jonathan Nguyen. So thank you so much for participating. Now, coming from Rich RL, so I would like to rephrase this question a bit, because of course your token is not yet listed in exchanges, but of course I would like to rephrase this. How many years do you have plans to lock the liquidity of your token? Because you know, when it comes to lock liquidity, it's an assurance for investors to invest in your project, an anti-rug pull mechanism. I'm sure you're aware of, you know, so many GameFis that are having this rug pull schemes right now. So this is what I have rephrased regarding Rich RL's question.
Okay, so you're asking about tokenomics, right?
Yes, especially the number of years that your token will be, will be locked, in terms of the liquidity.
Okay, so let me check whether I can show that right now. I can see validity. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I can see it here. Right, let me share my screen.
Okay, sure. Because I rephrased this question because your token is not yet listed. So yeah, that's what she's asking.
Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
So this is Befitter white paper. You can go to the website and it would be the white paper there. And in the white paper, you can almost see anything, like it's a white paper, right? So on token allocation, you can check on here is that we have liquidity, 50% of TGE, that's liquidity that goes to centralized chains. And after that, it's just lock for 3 months. And I think what you care about is also the team have 12 months cliff. And even most of this allocation has cliff. So basically, and even our investor, like a sale here, the sale here including our investor like bikers, like Iceland DAO makers, including KOLs, including Launchpad user, all share the same sale route, and it's have 12% of TGE locked for 3 months, and then a monthly clip. So that is basically gonna last for a long time. You can see like more than 1 year. So all our users have to accept that type vesting for long. So that's basically very gradually released over time. So basically, I think that's a very healthy tokenomics. Yeah, because we have quite a lot of time to work on this tokenomics. So yeah.
All right. So hopefully that answers your question or wish or else. So thank you so much. Now we're going to entertain a few more questions, like maybe 2 or 3 more questions. Okay. Let's see. Which question that are really unique. Okay. So okay, coming from Michio Uzumaki. So he said, and I quote, "If I notice to use the Befitter platform, we need to have Befitter shoes in NFT form. Is it true? If so, does this NFT also have different rarity levels, and how many levels of rarity are there?"
Okay. So let me think if I can share my screen again.
Okay. Just wait a moment, guys.
Yes, because I'm finding the white paper the part about
Yeah,
NFT.
hopefully they have enjoyed our podcast right now. So while we are waiting, so guys, once again, thank you so much for your support, by the way, especially shout out to the entire community of Befitter and also to the rest of the team. Okay.
Okay, so if you go to the white paper here, you can go to the fitness file element and system, go to NFT item and system, and yeah, that's all information about the NFTs. How can you get it? The shoe attribute, condition levels, and of course, it's gonna have different rarities. We have 3 rarity at first: standard, rare, iconic. The more rarity, the rarity is the more higher attribute it is, and also it have less among the Genesis NFT. So like iconic is around like 5% of all the shoe. Iconic is around, I think, 25%, and standard is like 7%. So yeah, you can see it, like see it here. And in the future, we may introduce even rarer NFTs, but we would only way to mint this NFT is to get the NFTs is by minting the iconic or even some small amount of rare and iconics. So that's the way. 3 rarity at now, but maybe more rare in the future, but only available when you mint these rare and iconic or iconic. That in a special event that we're gonna introduce in the futures. And all the information about shoe NFT, just go here in the white paper, check it out. It's very clear here. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Michio Uzumaki. So thank you so much. I think we're going for, maybe one more question before we're going to wrap this up. So, all right, let's see. There are so many questions here. Okay. All right. Last question coming from Chumi. Okay. Let's see. Wow, there are so many questions here. Everything is flooded here in the live chat. Wow, we have so many supporters. Wait a minute. Okay. Some questions here have already been answered. Okay. Because most of the questions here are already being okay. I think we're going for this final question. Coming from Long Depth Try. Okay, Long Depth Try. So users often care less about technology, but rather, okay, I think it's already been answered. Sorry for that. It's already been answered earlier. And also about the tokenomics. Okay. So from Jimmy, which blockchain is your token? Which blockchain is your token following? And do you have any solution for the price difference in other blockchains? Do you have any anti-fraud measures to protect legit players?
Okay. So yeah, we build the project on BNB chains. The reason is it's cheap, right? The gas is cheap, and also it's just sustainable and stable blockchain. So a lot of users use BNB chains. So yeah, the product is beyond BNB chain first. And at the moment, we have no intention to add another blockchains. But I think you guys are asking this because of step N case when they have Solana and BNB and the price difference cause some trouble there. So the solution is always there because they can provide a bridge, and we can provide bridge between two blockchains to make sure the price is similar. This is very easy if the two blockchains are both EVM. Because mainly if we add another blockchain, we think that we're still going to add an EVM blockchains. And that's very easy to make a bridge between the two blockchain together to make the price similar. So yeah, that is something we can do, but up till now, we have no plan to add any other blockchain yet.
All right, so hopefully that answers your question to me. So thank you so much for participating, and also to the rest of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning into our podcast right now with the co-founder of Befitter, Miss Ba Nguyen. So unfortunately, our time is so limited, so we cannot cater all of your questions. But of course, don't you worry, because if you have asked a question right here in the live chat, of course, the team will be reviewing all of the questions, and they're going to decide on who will be the top 5 AMA questions. We'll be taking home $10 BUSD each, in which will be announced later on right here on my YouTube, right here on my Telegram group. So just search for Nomad Fury Official on Telegram. So once again, to all of the subscribers and viewers, so thank you so much for your participation and support of our Befitter Live AMA with Miss Ba Nguyen. So before we wrap this up, Ba, do you have any last minute or parting words for our viewers right here tonight?
Yeah, I think that's great because I just check on Befitter announcement channels, and I think I can already say this. We already announced that one of the 3 centralized chains we got on list. One of them is Huobi. So yeah, that's I can say for now, Huobi. And if there are 2 other centralized chains that we also want to announce soon. So luckily I still make it at least one name for this AMA. And yeah, this is just a quick word about the plans. After the listing, we'll have a staking pool for few our tokens. And just one day after that also, the mainnet will be out. So look forward for you guys. I hope that can meet you guys there in the mainnet. See you guys using that for better health. Hopefully not just for the money, but for better health and social experience as well. So yeah, thank you guys for this great AMA. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest for today's edition of Nomad's Podcast Live. So we have the co-founder of Befitter, Miss Ba Nguyen. So once again, Ba, thank you so much for your time here with us. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a good day, you all.
And also, I would like to say thank you to all of our viewers and subscribers who are tuning into our podcast with Miss Ba Nguyen. Okay, so if you have any questions that were not yet covered in this live podcast, of course, feel free to leave the comments right here in this video, or you can just simply head over to their official Telegram group. Oh, and of course, you have Discord, right?
Yeah, Discord. I think you can send them because they'll link later of all their Befitter social media. Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for that. And also, guys, feel free to share this podcast to your friends out there, especially those who didn't make it to attend our live session right now. Okay. And one more thing, please, I would like to invite you all to smash the subscribe button, hit like, and turn on the notification bell for more live AMAs, podcasts, videos about crypto, blockchain, NFT, GameFi, and so much more. Okay, so from an undisclosed location, this is Jeb, aka Nomad Fury, and I'll see you all again next time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.